Okay, listen, I'm doing this video. It's me talking to you with my head again. And I want you to listen to it because I have things to say to you. One of the main things that I want to say, well, there's just been a lot of things going on for me that I haven't really talked about yet. One of the big ones being that I just started a podcast like everyone else has. It's called Ink and Echo, and I'm going to put a little snippet of our new episode at the end of this video if you care at all. The reason I bring that up first is because I have been talking about some things that are going on for me in the podcast, but I'll give you a little heads up here now. Just that, one, I'm working really hard on a new album, new music, which I'm really excited about. Two, I have some people coming alongside me to help me with my music, meaning I have a manager now, which is awesome. I talk about that a lot on the podcast, and I am going to be joining a record label type thing. And it's awesome. And the podcast will explain a lot more. If you're into podcasts, it's me and my friend Josh. He's a author from Denver. He's been a good friend of mine for a long time. And we kind of just want to explore, life on his end as a writer and author with a day job, and me doing this music thing full time and coming at it from those different angles. We're going to have guests and stuff too. The podcast is why I have this cool mic and arm. Look, I can just come back here and talk to you, or I could come in for the close up. I mean, that's all. I just wanted to talk about those things a little bit, and then right after I'm done talking here, there'll be a little snippet of the podcast. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. It's fine either way. But there's links to iTunes and the website where you could subscribe and listen to more. We've only done 2 episodes, but we're going to do them every week. That's all. Talk to you soon. I'd sort of like to, I guess, just talk a little specifically about what I'm doing, because I have a lot of things going on behind the scenes with my career and my life that I have not spoken about or can't speak about yet. So I thought I'd share some of those things and allude to some of those things.
Disclose that information.
I mean, I'll just kind of make a list here, and Josh, you can, if you want to, just kind of ask whatever you want to ask. So
I'll say yay or nay to your list.
Okay.
Depending on what I care about.
Number 1, I am in need of a new studio space to work, and I'm nay. Okay.
Nay, don't care. Sorry, continue.
So part of it is because, well, it's been a really frustrating process for a lot of reasons. I live on my in-laws' property, as you know, Josh. You know me.
I do know.
And I'll be basically building out another section of the building that I'm currently in. So it's not really my building. And working with my father-in-law, like, we're on our 3rd contractor. The first guy said he would, and then...
Are you serious? You really are on the 3rd contractor? Yeah,
and then the second guy was just too part-time and was constantly always like a month out from just being able to start. So he is no longer going to do it. And I have another guy coming over tomorrow to check it out. And this guy has done other work for my father-in-law and works really quickly and has a large team and should be able to knock it out. So I'm stoked.
That sounds like the winning team there.
Yeah, yes. And I'm excited. Well, we need to do this for multiple reasons. I have 4 kids. We currently have, there's only 2 bedrooms open to the kids, so it's 2 and 2. Life would be a lot better if we could split them up a little bit. So I need to get out of this room I'm currently in and have it be for my oldest son. That would just help a lot. And even recently, I've just really struggled with just noise and being able to focus, because my room is directly connected to the open rest of the house, and I hear everything that goes on in the day, and only recently has it started bothering me and keeping me from doing work. So
I've wondered about that in that room, if you got a lot of...
I've been able to deal with it pretty well in the past, but for whatever reason, maybe it's partly because the studio build has been pushed back and back so much, and it's just been in my head that it's maybe that's partly where it's coming from. So yeah, I'll be across the building from them now, and it'll be a lot quieter. I'll be able to build it a little to my specs it'll mostly just be a 2-room setup, which I'm pretty stoked about. So a live room and a control room, both being bigger than what I currently have. So that's the first thing. Maybe next week I can talk about how work will actually begin, because this has been going on since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And so can I ask a question?
Go for it. Yes.
Do you plan to do more than just your own music with that space once it's all set up to go to record and all that?
I don't have a plan to, but It is kind of, sort of like a backup plan. Like if I could have a space that's actually built and dedicated to doing music, it's like if I needed to in the future or wanted to start producing and recording bands, I would have an actual legit space to do so. So it's not really something I'm currently wanting to do, but being flexible enough to do so is something that I value, if that makes sense.
900 guys were just about to send you an email that's like, hey, lowercase noises, can you did they record my band?
Did they die mid-email?
No, they got so nervous that they choked.
Okay.
That's what nervous. I'm sorry. I do. Yeah,
no, that's fine. Okay. Other thing, number 2, I now have a manager, which has been amazing. It's been so great. And I've told you a little bit about it, but there's even the last couple of days, there's been things happen that I'm just like, holy shit, this is awesome. And
that's right, folks. Andy's back to a day job. He's got somebody bossing him around.
No, I'm their boss. That's one of the cool. It's a manager. It's not my manager. He manages things that I do. You see how that works?
I do.
No, I'd like to talk about it more in the future. It's also tied to him being my manager is tied to a deal that I'm working on with a certain not pseudo record label. It is a record label, but works differently than you'd think a record label would work. So I can't say who it is yet, but I've gone back and forth with the contract once, and I should be getting it back any day to officially sign it. So, all that to say, the biggest ramification of all of that is me sharing my money with people. But I'm very convinced that it will be worth it, because
you're getting a ton in return.
Yeah,
a ton of work and help, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So people taking over things that I don't enjoy doing and take up time that I could be working on music. And it's cool the way it was framed from the people I've been talking to. It's just or at least distill everything down. It's like there's a thing apparently that I'm good at, and it's in everybody's best interest in this deal if I can just do that more. So if they can free me up to be more prolific or do more music in more different situations, and they're motivated because they got a cut of something, then that is good for them. And the way the financial deal is set up is such that they are motivated that way. So it's not like I'm paying them X amount of dollars per month. It is like a percentage deal. So I feel good about that. And I guess the other sort of different things about the agreement that wouldn't be in a normal record label deal is that I still own the masters and the publishing to my music. They're not touching that at all, which is something that was very important to me. Yeah. And the other biggest thing is that it would be very easy for me to get out of it if for whatever reason it was going poorly.
Yeah.
Normally there'd be like a 1 to 2 year or more clause of, need to stick around. But I could basically jump ship whenever, which also gives me some pizza. It gives me pizza.
Pizza mind.
So
hey, it gives me a pizza mind.
Yeah. So yeah, my man.
That wasn't it. Sorry, go ahead.
You could make a.
Wasn't as good as my McConaughey. Let's just say.
Oh, can we take a break for a second, and just listen to that?
No,
come on.
Let's not do that.
It's so good.
Whoever kind of follows me already has already seen it.
Well,
and didn't really understand what it was. What, do
well,
you have a
no,
recording ready?
What do you mean? It's on. It's right here.
Murphy's Law doesn't mean something bad's always going to happen, Murph. Just means whatever can happen will happen.
It's really good.
Mother and I, we were all right with that. Plus, you got to be excited because we're going to space.
Okay, that's enough.
I know.
That's enough.
That's all.
Did you know I could do that, Andy?
No. And I was
it's
like,
pretty damn good.
It
right?
is good. That's why I shared it just now.
It's almost my only impression. And I don't know. I was in a weird mood yesterday afternoon and just decided to be silly.
I watched it a few times. There's like 4 cuts or more in the video, right?
Yeah.
And I basically assumed that you were dying laughing between those cuts. Is that true or no?
No, not at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
I just wanted it makes a little more sense because I jump from scene to scene almost.
Yeah.
Because there's one from Interstellar, one from True Detective, and then 2 that are kind of just made up.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it just felt a little cleaner that way.
All right. Well, check out at Dr. Gaines 19 on Instagram before he quits
For more
again.
Matthew McConaughey impressions.